Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Blastropodcast presents Muffed Movies! With me, remotely, from a socially distanced chamber, is my good friend, fellow podcaster, you know him, you love him, it's David Flora!
Oh! Oh! Watch out for my big 2x4 that I'm carrying into the rain. Hey everybody, I'm David Flora. What's up?
Yeah, baby. Welcome, Flora.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
We are recording this right now on May 5th, 2021. Cinco de Mayo. Ah, Flora, it's good to see you again, if only through a screen.
Lots of sighs all around, everybody. Sighs all around.
Now, Blastropodcast, fuck Muffed Movies, is a...
I will not.
Muffed Movies is a podcast where we honor some of our favorite films through the creative process of improvisation. We act out these films using nothing but our own voices, our ingenuity, and some tiny notes. Flora, what is tonight's movie that we are going to be muffling?
Tonight's movie is one of my all-time favorite movies, the classic Back to the Future.
Yeah, so that timestamp shit in the beginning, like, that might play in later. It won't. I can't back that up. Speaking of backing it up, Flora, where can people find you online?
Well, you can find me at blurryphotos.org. That's my podcast about the paranormal and weird stuff. And now you can find me at quizbangpod.com, which is my trivia podcast that I host with my wife, Annie.
Enough shitting around. You're not here to listen to us fuck the mics. You're here to listen to you're here to listen to some comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Back to the Future. TikTok.
Clocks is all you hear until we get a slick title, Back to the Future, in all its 80s shiny chromy glory. Camera fades in to a wall of clocks. No, not just a wall. Shelves, floors, everything full of clocks. Clocks everywhere. Cat clocks, cuckoo clocks, owl clocks, poodle clocks, grandfathers. Pretty sure there's just like a scale you weigh things on there that's masquerading as a clock. We keep going to see dog food in robotic fashion because there's a robotic arm opening a can of dog food and slurping it out on the floor into a gigantic, gross-ass pile that looks like shit.
From the corner of this strange, clock-filled room, we see a 1980s television set, which is still left on. The coiffed 1980s television journalist reads from a stack of papers, because I guess this is before teleprompters, and delivers the early morning news.
The news today is as follows. For all you intellectuals out there, I have memorized everything that I am about to say because I am a professional, and I am not paid to do this for entertainment. Libyan terrorists have claimed that they stole plutonium from some lab somewhere, but the lab says, no, it didn't get stolen. We're not that stupid to let plutonium just get stolen by terrorists. More on that later. I
think in the actual movie, like, there might be some, like, offhand remark about, like, a bunch of cocaine. Like, it has nothing to do with the plutonium or the Libyan terrorist who stole it, but...
the lead story.
Yeah, I think as the camera is moving and, like, forgetting about the news, I think they're like, cocaine found in Miami yachts. And I think you'll find every yacht in Miami packed full of cocaine. I think you'll find that there's a lot of, like, weird adult things in this movie that they kind of, like, tried to sneak in.
Sure.
I'll pop up video those as we encounter them.
Pop-up video. Speaking of pop-up, toast burnt to hell and back keeps popping up in a toaster. Everything is roboticized. Everything is on a timer and just automatically doing its thing. And nobody is in this living space that we can tell, this dirty, disgusting living space. There are pictures of Edison and Benjamin Franklin. There's a framed picture of the Brown Mansion destroyed by fire, a newspaper clipping. There's a coffee pot pours coffee into no pot. Anarchy!
When suddenly, who doth appear at the door? It's young Michael J. Fox. NyQuil J. Fox. That's how boring
Sleepily making his way in.
Michael J. Fox, just so full of life, so young, and just like a tight little unit.
And you glean all that just from his sneakers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We see his cool 1980s high-top sneakers as he opens the door to Doc Emmett Brown's home. Michael J. Fox, a.k.a. Marty McFly, dances into the room feeling high on his own youth and virility. He's atop a skating board, and he kicks the skateboard. You know, pop up. I was always really impressed with the way that he puts his backpack, his school backpack, on the skateboard and just kicks it across the room, and the backpack fits perfectly on the board. Not
a lot in that backpack.
It's the kind of thing I watched as a kid, and I was like, yeah, that's the thing. And I haven't seen this movie in so long, and I'd forgotten how weird and beautiful.
Oh, I'll tell you what, for those of you at home rewatching, just pay attention to Michael J. Fox's manipulation of a skateboard throughout the movie. It's kind of amazing. It's really subtle. But yeah.
I wonder if he those actors who are oh, I had to play a jester, so I trained juggling with a expert from Italy for 10 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he found
he went to a French school for skateboarding and
Jacques
spent a summer.
Lecoq.
Yeah. he got his red skateboard out of it.
That's a clown school reference for anybody who didn't major in theater.
Pretty prestigious.
Yeah, so 17-year-old Marty McFly is interning, I guess, or helping out the scientist.
What is the relationship?
They're just good friends.
They're just friends.
And he kicks his skateboard willy-nilly across the filthy chamber, and it rolls under Doc's military-style cot that he sleeps on, and unbeknownst to Marty, clunks into a big weapons case glowing with a dangerous mystery magic plutonium.
Wow.
Is this how E.T. gets created?
Well,
we'll find out.
There is a phone later. And then, as Marty McFly is searching for his friend, Dr. Emmett Brown, and his dog, Einstein, Doc's dog, he notices no one's home. And so he decides there's only one path to take when in this situation. He apparently finds a guitar and plugs it into a wall that is a speaker.
Yes, I don't know why, but Doc has one giant speaker. It's the size of the clock tower's clock face.
It's not bigger.
Marty twists all these knobs and clicks open levers and Frankenstein switches all sorts of very scientific, very cliche laboratory equipment, turning up the output, the power, the overdrive, all the way up.
The word of the 80s.
Yeah, overdrive. We hear the electric hum as magnificent amounts of electricity channel through into the speaker system. Marty plugs in his little tiny fucking guitar.
His Michael J. Fox-sized guitar.
This seems like a pretty good idea, Marty says, and strums the world's first example of a power chord.
Wow. Levels a city block.
Oh my God.
And it is so cool.
The lab is reduced to rubble that comes down on top of him. His eyes melt out jelly-like. His ears gush forth geysers of blood. And Marty McFly has breathed his last. Suddenly, in an amazing electric lightning ball of blue special effects energy, we see the naked Terminator sent back to replace Marty McFly from the future. A perfect replica in every way. It stands robotically, looks around at Doc's destroyed lab, shrugs at the camera, and puts on Marty's singed clothing. Oh, well, I guess I'm Marty from now on, says the cyborg.
Suddenly, the phone rings.
Rang, rang.
The American
Rang.
phone rings. It's Doc Brown.
American phone. Doc Brown! You're damn right.
Marty! Are you there?
Yes, this is Marty McFly.
Are you in my lab without me again?
Yeah, Doc. Sorry about that.
No.
You know.
No. It's okay.
Well,
I expected you.
Oh, cool.
Hey, remember that thing I told you about tonight? Twin Pines Mall, 1:15 a.m. I got an experiment.
I know.
I need you.
It's Doc. Okay, I gotta meet you at the parking lot of a shopping mall at 1:15 in the morning. I'm 17 years old. You were alive in the 1950s. It's the 1980s. Okay. So you could be 30, like at the least. Wait, no. Okay, I'm bad at math. I'm just a robot. I mean, I'm just a boy. Anyway, Doc, I'm not saying it's shady that you want me to meet you in the middle of the night in a parking lot. But it doesn't look great, you know?
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. So, tonight, Twin Pines Mall, 1:15. Don't be late.
Yeah, 1:15, no problem. It's not like I woke up early for school or anything. It's already 8 o'clock.
Gong, gong.
Oh, hold on. Doc, it's your novelty time donkey clock. It's the only one that was left still intact after the
What?
sonic boom.
Is that my donkey clock?
Yeah,
Perfect.
it says 8 o'clock. It says 8 o'clock. I gotta get to school. As everyone knows, 8:30 is late time here in Central Valley High.
That's great.
Sweet Valley High.
My experiment worked. My donkey clock is exactly 25 minutes slow.
What? So it's actually
yeah, it's slow.
It's 8:25 in reality?
That's what I'm saying. You can do math, Marty. That's why I like you.
Doc, what kind of experiment is that? Isn't that just punking me?
1:15 a.m. Twin Pines Mall. Bye.
Okay, where are you?
What?
Where are you calling from?
Nunya.
What's Nunya?
None your business.
Oh, shit.
You better go to school. Smash cut. Montage time.
Oh, my God. We get that famous Hughie Lugas and the Noogs song called Back in Time or something. So we see a travel Montague. It's that famous Back in Time. And Marty McFly, Flyborg, perfectly imitating a really cool 1985 17-year-old boy in his prime. Skateboards across town. Okay, I noticed, by the way, Doc's lab is located immediately next to a Burger King.
Here's the thing.
I think that's product placement, but it seems dangerous to have fucking plutonium like right next to a place where people eat.
I don't know. Have it your way. But look, so far, when we get to this Montague, we have product placement from Nike, Burger King, Mountain Dew, Texaco, and Toyota.
Wow. That is a efficient montage.
It really is.
They're really getting it all out of the way. So there's one cool thing that Cyborg Marty McFly does in this, which is He does his skateboard, standing on it and letting the wheels roll on the road, just like a normal boy would. But then he hooks his cybernetic fingers onto the back of a pickup truck, and he uses that truck as a free ride to propel him forward. And he's like taking mechanical advantage of these cars, which fake sci-fi writer Neil Stevenson would eventually mimic in his shitty book called Snow Crash. Come at me, sci-fi bros. with traffic surfers grabbing onto cars and like using their momentum.
And he's real cocky about it too. Man, he's waving at all the girls in the gym and jazzercising. And he's flipping from car to car. He's really dexterous on this
Gal
thing.
Gadot runs past him because it's the same era, and she's like, "Very good job. I'm Gal Gadot." Sorry, Gal Gadot fans.
Don't come
it's
at
the
me, Gal Gadot
1980s. This is what someone born in Israel sounds like, maybe? Anyway, flash cut to the entrance of School University, the high school for kids. We see the beautiful, poofy-haired Jennifer walking down the front stairs of the high school. She intercepts Marty McFlybot just as he was about to enter school, a little bit late.
Marty, don't go this way. Strickland's really on a tear. I think he's not getting enough iron or something in his diet. Who knows? But if you go this way, he's going to catch you. And that'll be 4 tardies in a row. And you know what they say about 4 tardies in a row?
What?
You can't hoe them.
I forgot you were raised by farm folk.
That's right. I was in the more valley section of Hill Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got a lot of wisdom, like salt of the earth stuff.
Well, Jennifer, please continue ogling me as you do. As your character, I feel bad for your character. Anyway,
what?
Jennifer, as we all know, Principal Strickland is the strictest in the land. I can't be caught with 4 tardies or he'll take away my guitar license. So let's sneak around the back of the school and then I can infiltrate this thing like some sort of cybernetic organism clad in human tissue that is intended to infiltrate people of this time.
Huh?
I mean, looking good, Beb.
Aw, thanks, Marty.
Cut to the inside hallway of the school. Marty and Jennifer? Did I say Jessica? Jennifer.
Yennefer?
Marty and Yennefer. Oh, Yennefer.
Fuck.
Hey. Marty and Yennefer are deftly maneuvering Assassin's Creed style through all the halls, all the corridors, when suddenly Principal Strickland spots them from his hiding place, ninja'd up on the ceiling. He drops down with salamander-like reflexes onto the floor. Going somewhere?
Oh no, it's Strickland.
That's right, McFly and human female. You're getting 4 tardies today. Strickland pulls out his bandolier filled with tardy slips, and he slips onto both of the kids' nips. Whoa, inappropriate.
I kind of liked it.
That's right, it's the 80s. Now listen, McFly. This is your 4th tardy, which means we're suspending your guitar license. So after tryouts after school today, because we all know you're trying out for the big, concert or whatever, that's really not an important part of the movie. Yeah, I'm going to take your guitar and I'm going to lock it up in my basement of confiscated kids' goods.
Oh, man.
That's right. Also, and Strickland puts his nose right on Michael J. Fox's nose. Nose to nose. It's like something an improviser would do when panicking in the middle of a scene and has no ideas. You know what, McFly? You're a slacker. You've always been a slacker. Your father was a slacker when he went to school here, even though I was also principal here at the time. And so I'm a kind of ageless entity, I guess. Because I'm not that old. I'm just bald. Anyway, your whole family will never amount to anything. And by the way, I gave you hepatitis when you weren't looking. Marty McFlybot looks down at his thigh and there's a syringe sticking out of it.
Oh, good thing my cybernetic self can fight off any infection.
Your what?
Oh no, hepatitis.
That's right. That's right. Oh, also don't forget Doc Brown, who's apparently your employer or friend or whatever. He sucks too. Strickland out!
He unhinges his jaw and his tongue whips out Toad
Resident Evil style.
Yeah, and back to the ceiling, and he disappears up in the ceiling tiles.
Because he's got to get back in slime.
Marty don't care. The fucks he has for Strickland ran out a long time ago. So, cut to the auditorium. Marty's band is setting up on the stage while there are four boomers.
four squares.
Four total L7s sitting out there on the basketball court waiting to hear what Marty is going to melt their face with.
Yeah, Marty introduces his band of misfits as the Pinheads. I feel like the screenwriters were trying to have it both ways here, where he's like, we're like punk rockers and like we play metal. But Marty McFly is also like, I believe in good Christian love and doing the right thing. It's like either you're a scuzzbag who does drugs and fucks or you're not.
Them's the options.
If there's one thing that childhood has taught me, it's that.
Pinheads. Bill O'Reilly's sitting in a corner just shaking his damn head.
Okay. My name is Marty McFly, but you already know that. I hope you like it loud. We're the Pinheads, and now here's a instrumental song, which sounds remarkably like Huey Lewis and the News is back in time. Self-referential. Howard the Duck.
Fellas,
get on down. Do the dinosaur.
Please, fellas.
What? What?
Then, Huey Lewis himself stops the band. And with a megaphone, because they're, 20 feet away, and who can hear at that distance? Fellas, I'm afraid it is too darn loud. And we don't have anything to manipulate volume here, so next.
Oh, Marty McFly looks over at his amplifier, which just has an on-off button, and that's the only button available.
There is an overdrive switch, but it's broken.
Oh, of course. Way to go, Marty. I was being sotto voce with my drums. It was real piano.
Pianissimo sometimes. God, you're such a square, Marty.
I'm not a square. Marty McFly punches through the wall, and Kool-Aid Man's out of the scene.
Smash! Cut! Exterior of the clock tower. Marty and Yennefer are walking around, and Marty's just bitching up a storm.
I mean, I feel like I want to be a professional musician, but like everyone's like, you're too loud. And like I even practiced for 10 minutes last night. I just don't think music is cut out for me. I'm being really uncharacteristically pessimistic about this. By the way, I have an audition tape, which I have been meaning to send to a recording studio like the plot of Airheads, but... I don't think that's ever going to come up again in this movie, but, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm... Whoa?
No, Marty, quit being so hard on yourself. Be hard on me. But seriously, send that audition tape off. What do you got to lose? What, they just going to say no?
Yeah, and I don't think I could take that kind of rejection. Oh my God, I sound just like Marty's my father.
Oh, Marty, please stop. That's such a turnoff. Your father's Such a loser.
Yeah, he's the biggest loser ever. I'm ashamed to have come out of his ball sack.
Well, Marty, let's forget about ball sacks. How about we talk about sleeping bags? It's like a ball sack you sleep in.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Jennifer, the most important thing to me right now is that tomorrow night, or maybe this weekend, we've got I haven't read my dossier on what time Marty was going to do this. I mean, I'm going to do this. But we have big plans to go off to the woods, just you and me privately, and, maybe sleep under the stars, maybe do even a little bit more than sleep. Says NyQuil J. Fox, starting to fall asleep, looking into Jennifer's big loving eyes. Suddenly, Marty is stirred from his sexual reverie when he spots the most attractive thing in the world to him, a shiny black pickup truck. Now, here's the other thing. Can I just say this? I don't know how cool pickup trucks were considered in 1985, but to me, like a teenager, sweating over a pickup truck, it implies a very specific, location and culture, which is kind of guy that likes to go mudding and is into deer hunting, listens to country music. And Marty McFly just seems like too much of a Yankee to be like, oh my God, this hot pickup truck. Like, what is the appeal? He lives in a world where DeLoreans exist. And he's like, oh, I gotta get this Toyota pickup truck. Yeah, what? Is it just product placement?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know it. I mean, before the newscaster was talking, they had an advertisement or a commercial playing about the new Toyotas. And then when he was wheeling around on stuff, you see a Toyota dealership, and yeah, Toyota for everybody, man.
Toyota forever.
Yeah.
Also in the scene, by the way, Marty McFly, who supposedly loves Jennifer, maybe, is talking to her. No, she's talking to him, and he does what that guy in the meme does. Where
he turns
a pretty aerobics girl passes him, and he looks like a wolf at her ass for a long amount of time, and Jennifer has to crank his head back to her and be like, "Boys will be boys." It's like, come on, dude, not cool.
That's so 80s.
That's so 80s.
But she gets his attention back once more, and the two lean in for a sacred kiss. When suddenly, jingle, 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 save the clock tower!
Oh.
Right in their face, because everything gets stuck in Marty's face in this movie.
Good to watch for. Drink every time something gets stuck in Marty's face.
That's right. Noses, cans of change.
At Fedewa.
At Fedewa. This middle-aged lady, straight, just fresh from church service.
She simply cannot read the room.
Sticks this can of change in their faces, asking them to preserve the clock tower, which the mayor wanted to refurbish or whatever.
Yeah. Mayor Goldie Hawn.
Mayor Goldie Hawn.
Michael J. Fox Marty Bot looks back at the clock tower. Huh. I never noticed. I guess it isn't running. How long's this been going on?
This has been going on for 30 years. It stopped at 10:04 p.m. when lightning struck it, and now that stupid Goldie Hawn wants to make it work again when it's a National Historic Landmark, and we have submitted paperwork to UNESCO to make this a World Heritage Site, and we're still waiting to hear back, but we really need some more funding. Can you give us some change?
Yeah, look, here's a quarter, and in 1985, that's I guess, $3,000. Just fuck off.
Bless you, son. Here, take a flyer. She shoves a flyer in his face. Drink.
The tiny man on a hang glider strikes Marty in the face. Oh, sacre bleu! Falls down to the ground.
It's a flyer. It's a Philadelphia flyer.
Oh, fuck, I should have given him a Philly accent. Give me some water ice.
Things are looking gritty for Marty. But Jennifer once again wrangles his attention for a kiss.
Oh, because your kiss
Is
they are
are
smooshing like two hot teenagers when suddenly a little car is seen.
Probably a Toyota.
And behind it is the dangerous-looking face of Mr. Jennifer, Jennifer's father.
Jennifer. Sorry.
Jennifer, you better get your fucking ass in this fucking car and get your lips off that fucking boy, or I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna teach you a lesson and being a good little daughter, capiche?
My dad's here, Marty. I gotta go.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought that man was your kidnapper.
No, not this time. See ya.
But wait, by the way, are you seeking asylum in your grandma's house tonight?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, you can't call me. Call me there. Here's the number. She scribbles what amounts to sexting in the 80s.
Ooh.
And then she sticks her tongue straight down his gullet.
Ah, Resident Evil style.
Marty, you taste so metallic. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's because I have COVID. He shrugs.
Makes sense. Bye.
Get in the fucking vehicle. Mr. Jennifer slides over to the passenger side because he's not technically allowed to drive, and Jennifer drives them off. Oh, boy. You know, life isn't bad. Marty crumples up the piece of paper that has Jennifer's number and says, I love you, heart, heart, heart on it.
Suddenly, from out the bushes behind him, Huey Lewis pops up and starts singing about the power of love.
Oh. Was it the power of love that's like, I want a new drug? But that's the power of love.
Drugs.
Tell me nothing.
Drugs.
I want a new drug. No, okay, it's not drugs.
Power of drugs.
Wait, what's Ghostbusters like? I need to find out which one's like, I want a new drug that is not Weird Al's I want a new duck. It's driving me crazy, and now it's going to drive my podcast audience crazy until I figure it out.
Smash cut.
Okay.
The McFly home. Marty is being drug along because he missed his meat hook on the back of another truck, but his shirt got caught, so he just got drugged 30 miles home.
Sparks are flying off of his metallic back, which has been rent of its false human skin. Oh boy, I'm going to really have to wear my puffer vest for the entire time I'm hanging out with these humans. Otherwise, they'll see my metallic, what is it? Exoskeleton. Oh no! Marty uses his red Terminator vision, and we can see a tow truck is pulling the sacred family station wagon by Toyota out of the McFly's tiny half-size driveway and towing it off to car jail. Whoa, what? Dad, I needed that car, he says as he storms into the McFly's tiny yurt.
George McFly, a.k.a. Crispin Glover, is
Willard.
Completely getting taken to task by the beefy, Donald Trump-esque Biff Tannen.
He is Trump-esque in his own way.
Oh, very much, yeah.
Although, honestly, I prefer Biff.
Sure.
Sorry, Trump heads. I'm voting for President Tannen. No. Oh, wait, Donald Trump. Oh, boy. Who's got a Donald Trump voice? McFly. Excuse me. McFly. I don't have a Donald Trump.
I don't either, really.
All right, back to Porkins. McFly. Hey, idiot. Way to crash your own car through telekinetic interference as I was driving it. Why would you lend me such a piece of shit car that has a blind spot on it? I mean, I didn't even see those kids that I ran over, and thank God that there was a monastery to finally break the car's fall.
Biff, I don't know. I guess they just don't make them like they used to.
No, they certainly don't. And by the way, if you expect me to pay for the damages, you got another. Ooh, hello. Biff says, and suddenly he sees the entire Christmas goose that the McFly family has been saving up all year to buy in one fell swoop. Biff Tannen unhinges his snake-like jaw and unleashes his liquor tongue, sweeping all of the hot victuals off the table and gulping them down in one gluttonous swallow. That'll help take the edge off. Oh, I wonder what you guys are gonna have for supper.
Oh, well, Biff, I'm just glad that it tasted good for you. We'll figure something out. I think my wife broke a lamp or something. I guess we could eat the glass shards.
Oh, glass shards. You ought to watch out. They're bad for your brain. And as we know, you ain't got much to spare. I like how George, his laugh is like saying ouch, but like laughing at the same time. What's this? You only have one keg of beer in the fridge? Biff chomps open the keg of beer and with a powerful Shrek-like hand squeezes it out. It horks up into the air cartoon style.
Popeye.
And he drinks it all in his child's swimming pool-sized maw. I'm a descendant of the great Tarare, a French freak who could swallow anything. Look him up. History.
Did you know I just did an extra soda on that dude?
I didn't know that, although I should have known that because I get your extra sodas.
That was this last month's.
What a bad friend am I. Hey, thanks for doing my podcast. Hey, wait a minute, Biff T. Annan. You can't just boss my dad around like that, says Marty McFly's cybernetic replicant.
What are you looking at, butthead?
Not much, just a piece of shit, Marty says, and he grabs the empty keg from Biff's hand and compacts it down, patting it like super fast until it's a perfectly shined, round Doku Doku sphere. I don't know what Doku Doku is.
Good thing I warmed it up for you. Hey, say hello to your mom for me.
Wait, I was trying to show off my strength. He throws the sphere through the wall.
I'm not paying for that either.
Biff finishes jerking off and on his way out. By the way, you better have all of my work done for me at the office, because it takes me a while to get it typed out. I have to hire a whole different nerd to do that for me. So get it to me by Saturday. But don't deliver it in the morning, because Saturday's Biff's time.
All right, Biff. I guess I'll work on that tonight, and then I'll get it over to you.
All right. May you be well. May you be free of danger, and may your happiness increase. Namaste.
And then he points at George's shoe and says, "What's that?" And as George looks down, Biff uppercuts him. Oh, good.
George McFly is knocked unconscious, sprawled out on the dinner table of empty plates.
You're so gullible, McFly. Biff then exits and then goes and beats up a car down on the pier.
George McFly, shaking the stars and cartoon birds from his head, gets down on his hands and knees with a dustpan and slowly begins sweeping up the fragments of melted flesh that Biff Tannen leaves behind everywhere he goes, Clayface style.
Well, how was your day, son?
Oh, Dad, it was just awful. I had plans to go to the totally safe boys weekend that you and Mom are approving of in the car, and now the car's wrecked. How the hell am I supposed to get to Makeout Point if there's no car to drive up there with?
Well, son, sometimes life just doesn't work out that way. Would you like any of this melted flesh before I toss it?
No, in fact, I don't even want to be your son. Marty walks over to the family photo album and he chucks it in the roaring fire.
Well, I guess I deserve that one. That one's on me.
Yeah, smash cut. 2. Later that evening, it's the family dinner. We see the entire McFly brood. Lorraine McFly, Marty's mom, brother McFly, sister McFly. You know, the liturgical McFlys. And, of course, old dad eating like
Peanut
weird.
brittle? Like
What the hell is that stuff?
He pours a box of peanut brittle like no human pours boxes of stuff into this little tiny bowl. And the peanut brittle, I think there's more that gets outside the bowl than is actually in it. And then he just starts going to town on it. So the peanut brittle's everywhere. They're slipping and sliding on it on the floor. David, the older brother, is in some kind of like fry cook costume.
Yeah,
watching,
it's like a non-denominational Burger King outfit.
out of all the product placement. By the way, in this scene, I'm sure that peanut brittle was some kind of product. They also have Diet Pepsi and Bud Light. Don't forget that. And they're watching the Honeymooners.
That makes sense because Michael J. Fox Marty McFly is apparently a damn expert on the Honeymooners later on in the story.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Marty, it's me, your mother, Lorraine. Could you reach the Papa vodka for Mommy? I'm just a bit parched and dehydrated, and my ovaries also have dried up from despair. And your uncle, who was supposed to come, the one everyone likes, he didn't get parole on account of how he tried to Shawshank Redemption his way out of jail. But he drowned in the shit.
Uncle Jailbird Joey?
Yeah.
Uncle Shitbird Joey?
Hey, Marty, don't call our uncle shitbird, okay? Just because you're like Mr. Popular who has a girlfriend doesn't mean you can like judge other people. Like, look at me. I'm probably an adult. Like, maybe I'm kind of dressed like a grown woman and I'm your sister. And just because I'm like perpetually single and the entire comic series Kathy was modeled after me and my life and my style doesn't mean you can make fun of other family members, okay, Marty? God!
Ack!
Did somebody say Godsmack? Says the lead singer from Godsmack, poking his head in the chunk of wall that Marty threw the keg sphere through.
No, sorry. We said God, and then she made a sound that sounded like ack.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need me, I'll be on the lawn rolling around.
Ooh,
That's disturbed! How dare you! Godsmack man punches himself in impotent rage.
Like Marty, by the way, while you're outside, like, just really, really bawling and acting like a little grill. Jennifer called like 15 times. She's really needy, you know?
What? My Jennifer? I forget whether I'm into this or not. But, all right. You know what, Dad? You're the worst loser I've ever seen. Yeah, and I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to call Jennifer back. But before I do, Mom, I demand to know what you see in this halfling of a man, this shadow of his former self.
Yeah, Lorraine, what do you see in me? Even I wouldn't marry me.
Oh, jeez. I forget what my voice was like before. I'll just do Tom Waits. So, you know, Marty, we all make mistakes. And your father, back when we were in high school, my dad hit him with a car. And
oh my God, Mom, I know this story. You've told it like 60 times.
Yeah, well, I love telling the part where he gets hit by a car.
Grandpa hit with a car, and then you go to the fish under the sea dance.
It's called the enchantment under the sea dance, you fucking whore, says Lorraine, clutching her enchantment under the sea dance flyer. that 30-year-old piece of paper in her one withered crow's hand.
What, Lorraine? What?
Anyway, yeah, he got hit by a car. What were you doing in that tree outside of my house anyway that you fell out of?
Bird watching, Lorraine. You know that. I've told you that every day now for the past 30 years.
Flashback, we see a younger George on the phone with young Michael Caine. So, I just don't know what to tell her when she asks what I was doing in the tree.
I'll tell you what. When you're up there in the tree and they ask you, what are you doing here? You say, I'm watching birds. It's flawless.
Michael Caine, you're a genius.
Shut up. I know it.
Flash forward. Yeah, just bird watching. Anyway, your father kissed me for the first time at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. It was the first time I'd been kissed by a ballless man. And it was so soft and nurturing. And I just knew, even though I like bad boys, this is the marriageable type, because he'll never leave me and he'll always take care of the kids while I'm out fucking.
George has no idea what's going on in the conversation because he's too busy watching Jackie.
Flash cut to
Marty's
bedroom.
Bed. Marty's battery had run out by that point, so Lorraine carried him up to his bed and put him in a very compromising position on the bed. No human sleeps like that.
He sleeps weird. He sleeps like a broken-necked bird. Anyway, the phone rings. Hello, this is the real Marty McFly. It's 12:30 in the morning. Who could this possibly be?
Marty, it's me, Doc. You didn't fall asleep, did you?
No, I don't fall asleep. I just power down.
Oh, good. You're still coming to the mall, right?
The ball?
The mall, the Twin Pines Mall, 115. Be there.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Oh,
Marty.
Okay. What? What?
You have a credit card, right? Run by the Radio Shack. Pick up a video camera.
All right.
The all-night Radio Shack?
Yeah, I remember Radio Shacks when they were around. I'll just buy like a $3,000 video camera.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page. 115, Twin Pines Mall. Don't be late.
Okay, great. Click. Gotta get there in time. Huey Lewis reminds Marty. Marty really takes his... Shut up, Disturbed. He takes his foot off the brake and it kicks the skateboard into overdrive and arrives just a scooch late into the empty parking lot of Twin Peaks Mall.
Yeah, the clock on the Twin Peaks Mall sign says 1:16. Which famously is used as evidence that there is a conspiracy that Back to the Future predicted 9/11. And
really?
Just, search YouTube for it. You'll find it.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
They do. There's that video. They do so much to tie in 9/11 to Back to the Future. It's pretty amazing. Anyway.
Marty McFly arrives in the parking lot. But Doc is nowhere to be seen. All there is that shaggy-haired dog Einstein, which is the breed of dog that I don't know what it's called, but the 1980s loved it.
They sure did.
Jim Henson put it into Labyrinth, and it was like in the Storyteller and the fucking Fraggles. That dog kind of looks like a mop.
Yeah, the dog that's like mutt-like, but not so much where you don't want to touch it. Just enough to where you want to hug it and love on it.
Yeah, it's a real, you want to tousle its hair kind of dog.
He's a good boy,
says the guy from Disturbed.
Now you all have a good time.
He ascends. Doc's, weird novelty science van is sitting without the engine running in the parking lot. And suddenly, with a whoosh of space-like sound effects, and gases the pneumatic double tread like military vehicle bridge building G.I. Joe device unfolds itself from the back of the van. Now, I'm sure this thing, like, basically it's two little platforms that you can drive a car down the back of.
Mhm.
Like the wheels go in the little tracks. Flora just like pulled open his hoodie to reveal the Mothman Festival 2017 t-shirt. And I don't know if he was trying to distract me, but mission accomplished.
He didn't actually.
Anyway, it seems like an expensive addition to a van that I don't think that penniless Doc Brown would have.
Mm.
Anyway, speaking of things that Doc shouldn't have, the van door opens. The back of the van opens, and a 1980s sports car, the DeLorean, drives out of the van. Backs out of the van, covered in bleeps and bloops, with a novelty license plate that probably cost Doc some money that says, "Out of time."
That's right. Behold, the GMC DeLorean.
Whoa, bitchin' car, Doc, says the replacement cyborg who is inhabiting Marty McFly's form. So, you called me in the middle of the night to woo me with your car?
Did you get that camera I asked for?
Yeah, so, gonna meet me in the parking lot. I got a camera. I'm underage. Doc, I'm really placing a lot of faith that you're not a creep.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Listen, Marty. This is what I've been working on. I wanted to show you. Doc pulls out, after he gets out of the car, he pulls out a giant remote control remote. It's like if you took an RC car remote and blew it up like 10 times. He's got this giant thing.
I totally forgot about the existence of like RC remotes, but for a long period of time, remote control cars and planes and helicopters and boats, they all had that like giant antenna controller device. And now everybody's drones are just piloted by an app on their cell phone.
Times they are a-changin'.
They are a-changin'. Cool invention, Doc. It's a remote control.
Oh, that's only half of it, Marty. Here.
Doc throws him the other half of the remote control.
Here's the other half. Now throw it back and I'll attach it. And I'll show you what I'm doing.
Okay.
Doc attaches the remotes together to make a double-sized remote control. It's like a
Darth
waterbed.
Maul.
All right. Here. Start the camera rolling, Marty. I got something to show you.
Marty pops a Betamax into the camera. Great. I bought a fresh tape, so we have 30 minutes of filming time. Also, 15 minutes of battery life.
Oh, don't worry, Marty. When we get going, we'll have all the time in the world.
Okay. What do you mean by get going, Doc?
Here, look, I'm going to throw Einstein in the car. He puts the dog in the car, buckles the seatbelt, tells it to watch its head, and closes the door.
Oh, I see. This is like the chicken, the fox, and the flower thought experiment. If the dog's in the car, but the remote's outside the car, and the boy doesn't have the remote, how do you keep the boy from eating the dog?
Exactly, Marty. Exactly. Glad you've been paying attention in science class. Now watch this. He turns the car on with the remote control.
Holy shit, a remote control car, Doc, we're gonna be rich! Marty jumps up and down ecstatically at this amazing invention. This is like James Bond!
Marty, calm down. This isn't what I wanted to show you.
God damn it, what is it, Doc?
The car spins around the parking lot doing donuts and ollies and triple axle sow cows. But that's just to get it ready.
The dog is unhappy.
The car stops at one point and you just hear a lone whoop. Marty and Doc walk over into the path of the car as it sits staring at them from the other side of the parking lot.
The car's alive.
The car is a bit sentient. Marty can scan it with his cyborg view and talk to it somewhat, but not a lot.
It gives him an upward nod like, sup.
That's right. All right. Here's what we're gonna do, Marty. Now, by my calculations, when this thing hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Wait, are you gonna kill us? No time!
No. I mean all the time. We got all the time, Marty. Look.
Doc thrusts his finger forward, and the DeLorean, its wheels begin spinning real fast.
And so does the odometer.
Yeah. That's not how it works. Like, it's like the wheels are spinning with the speed that would make the car go 88 miles per hour if, like, the wheels were touching the ground or something. Like, it's not going any miles per hour.
No.
He's just, like, winding it up. It's really for dramatic effect.
It is. And then Marty tries to step away because he is worried that the brakes are going to fail and they are going to be plowed down from the clown down. And Doc shoots him a look like, what the fuck are you doing? Get back over here. Stand in the way of this car.
The science.
Suddenly, Doc flips a switch to release the brakes, and the hounds, hundreds of greyhounds, pour out from over the ridge into the parking lot as the DeLorean speeds forward, gaining speed.
Doc, it's coming straight for us.
Watch this.
Marty struggles with Doc, who is holding him firmly in place. This is how it ends,
This
Marty.
is it. Either this works or we die, kid.
Oh, God. We hear the crackle and spackle of lightning, which, if you've seen the Snyder Cut, can only mean time travel's about to happen. And the DeLorean disappears in a blue bolt of lightning, leaving behind only flaming tire tracks that streak past Doc and Michael McFly, leaving them dumbfounded. The novelty license plate out of time, for some reason, detached from the car and spins like a smoking ballerina, stopping dramatically on one angle and then falling down. Yahtzee!
This is how Black Swan ended for me, too, says a smoking ballerina.
Oh, Doc, I can't believe it. You made a vehicle disappear. We're going to be rich. Marty jumps up and down, so happy at Doc's practical invention.
Not just disappear, Marty. I sent him to the future. 1 minute to the future, to be precise.
Oh, yeah, there's a dog in there, too. Okay. Marty would care about the dog. Is he okay?
No, he's fine. See, I just figured that since he's small and, not a human, that's who I would experiment on, because I am sort of a sociopath, but I like caring for dogs, too. So it balances out, Marty.
Okay, cool. I guess we'll just wait the 45 other seconds until this thing comes back.
Marty, keep the camera on me. God, you are the world's worst cameraman, Marty.
Like 1,000 greyhounds are all swarming the parking lot. Some of them are like moving Doc and Marty like a tide of living matter. I mean, Doc, I want to
from the air.
I want to film you. It's just hard with all these streaming canines.
Come on, Marty. This is the whole reason I got you out here, and this whole reason we have a friendship.
I mean, couldn't you have set a camera up on a tripod?
What? Oh, you're right. Suddenly, beep, beep, beep. Look out!
Doc does a dive roll and shoves Marty as hard as he can. Unfortunately for Doc, Marty McFly has been replaced by a Terminator and now weighs about 800 pounds. Doc smashes into the frame of Marty and collapses with a broken jaw. And the car plows into the 800-pound metallic killbot. The front of its hood shatters inward, and the car pinwheels across all of the greyhounds in the parking lot, slowly screaming to a blood red streak.
Wow, Marty, you must have been eating your Burger King.
Yeah, I've been hitting the aerobics class. Sorry about the jaw, Doc.
No worries. Doc takes out a small blue vial from his uranium protection suit.
Oh, is that mana?
That's right, Marty. And he swallows it in one gulp. His jaw automatically heals.
Whoa, Doc, that's an amazing invention. You just healed yourself
No.
so quick. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich.
Forget about that. Forget about that.
What?
Look. And then they both look over and see the DeLorean, cold as ice, paradise.
There's a couple of like frozen, smashed greyhounds stuck to the sides of it. Einstein rolls down the frosted window, takes off his sunglasses, looks at Doc and Marty and says, "Hey guys, next time you drive." Ba 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 ba.